I got the 10 dresses done for the blog series I was doing with William G, and I am super happy and super excited to share with you what I made. So if you are just as excited as me to see how the dresses turn out, keep watching. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a really great week. In this video I'm going to go through with you everything that I made in December. The title of this video is December Makes and Buys, but I'm only really going to show you everything that I made in December because anything I bought was mostly a gift, as it was the season of giving. The only thing that I bought and kept was this gold choker from New Look that I wore in my hashtag little red dress product reveal video, and it's beautiful. It's a very light gold necklace, and I just really hope that it doesn't go green too quickly because obviously it's costume jewellery and you can't trust it. So that's it, that's the only thing that I bought and kept. Anything else was a gift, as I said. But moving on to all the things that I made, I completed the 10 dresses for the series. Unfortunately, there was a week that I couldn't sew, so I couldn't get the dresses done ahead of Christmas, which was my plan, so that I could take a really nice break over Christmas and not have to do any additional work or any sewing or stress to meet deadlines. But unfortunately there was a bit of work going on, so there was dust everywhere and just really wasn't very good sewing conditions. So I had to take that week off, not sew anything, and ended up rolling into like Christmas week and after Christmas. But they are done, which is the main thing, so I can share with you the final 6 dresses. The blog posts aren't all up yet on the website, so when they go up, act surprised, but I will add in links below as they go up, and also if you follow me on my Instagram you will see, because I will make a post every time they go up as well, just so you can follow along there. So the first dress I'm going to show you, it's a sequin overlay dress, and I'm not too sure if it's going to come out on camera because the actual dress is quite light, so I don't know if it'll be able to focus on the pattern and myself. But it is a Vogue pattern, it's Vogue 1288. And so I made my dress in this white and silver flower print sequin fabric, and they're all sewn onto a mesh, and then I've backed it with chiffon, black chiffon lining. And in the actual pattern, it doesn't say to line the overlay, but I chose to do it because without it, you don't really see the pattern. So you can see that you kind of lose a bit of the detail without the pattern behind, without the lining behind it. You really need the lining to sort of show off the beauty of the sequins. I was really pleased with how the dress turned out. However, what I will do, I wanted to keep them on just to show you guys in case you do decide to make it yourselves, but there are trims that they're called in the pattern that you add on, and this is pretty much how they come out. There are directions then of how to fray them to make them look a bit more authentic or something, but I really don't like the look of them at all. So I'm going to cut mine right down so you can barely see them. I'll probably do it with pinking shears just so that it doesn't fray completely and ruin the whole dress. It came out okay on the overlay. I can deal with that, that's quite a thin one, but then they wanted to do it on the hem as well, but I left it off the hem at that point and just did my own hem on the dress. But if you are thinking of making it, just be aware that this is a kind of trim you're going to be left around the neckline and armholes, and if you're anything like me, you might prefer to not have that. 6th dress in the series is a one shoulder dress, so I use this Butterick's pattern, which is B4444, and it's from their Fast and Easy range, and it was both fast and easy, so approved, they weren't lying. I did it in this jacquard fabric, it's pale gold jacquard fabric, and I just did one hanger loop, which I've actually done it wrong because it's way too long, as you can see. It doesn't actually secure the dress to the hanger, it probably should be further down here somewhere. As at first I wasn't going to do the hanger loops, and then I was like, oh yes, you need the hanger loops because how are you going to hang it in your wardrobe? And I have quite recklessly done a starkly contrasting lining and done it in a lime green, which I am not put off by, but I can appreciate that others might be. It was fast and easy, as I said, so if you want to make a princess scene one shoulder dress, I would get this one. In the pattern as well, they've got it as a Princess Scene shift dress, which I'm sure will turn out just as lovely, because it is really very figure hugging and there's no boning in it, so it has to be, and it just fits really nice. And then the 7th dress in the series is my little red dress project dress that I made in this beautiful cotton poplin from Minerva Craft, which I cannot go on enough about how gorgeous this fabric is. It is so soft and so easy to use, and I mean, poplin is notorious for creasing, but this has been hanging up in my wardrobe, obviously not by itself, there's other clothes in there, and it's come out and it's not looking too bad, so I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy. Head on over definitely to Minerva Craft and get yourself some cotton poplin. I will definitely be a returning customer because they've got loads of colours in there. I made that dress using this Vogue pattern, which is V8849. I had this pattern for quite a while, like quite a few years, I would even go to saying, and I've never used it, but I always knew that I wanted to. So when the 10 dress opportunity came up with William G to do that blog series, and then also the little red dress project that Renata had set all of us, I definitely wanted to use this pattern. So yes, and I'm very, very glad that I did by the peplum. So the actual pattern has a peplum that comes across the front and the back. I decided to do a double peplum at the back, one longer than the other, just to add a bit of volume at the back for that dress, and then to keep it plain at the front, and I think it came out quite nicely. And I used this pattern again in the series as dress number 8, and I did it as version D. So that's version A, the red dress is version A, and then the second version I did it was version D, and I did it like as the pattern instructs, so it's got a front and back peplum. Because it is really quite plain, I wanted to give myself a bit of a challenge, and I decided to make the dress in contrasting fabrics. So on the top we've got a poly satin in this pink, which comes out horrendous on camera, and it makes it look a bit meh and makes you question why I did it, but it's just because of where it reflects so much light. You have all this extra white bit and stuff, but as you can see when I'm pressing it down, it actually is quite a nice colour on its own. And then I did it in this sort of crepey type fabric on the bottom, which I got from like a little bargain roll at Wrigley Road Market in Dalston, East London. And then this fabric I got from the Sewing and Craft Superstore in Balham. And yeah, I just wanted to give myself a bit of a challenge to see what I could do with 2 different fabrics, and it just so happened that they also happen to be in massively contrasting colours, which, I mean, with this dress you'll either love it or hate it, but I personally love it because I can see it when it's not on camera and it's not reflecting the light and looking plasticky and horrible and blah. And it's actually really nice in my opinion. But I have likened the dress to Marmite, and it's one of those things that you will either love or hate, and I love it. Biased, yes, but that's fine. You know, of course I'm gonna love the things that I've made. Dress number 9, I used a Primo pattern. I had to get one in because I love these patterns so much, and it's a cold shoulder dress. It's actually the same pattern that I used to make this top, so let's just take a pause and I'll show you this top that I've made. It's a little cold shoulder. There we go. It's a dress. It's basically a dress, and I just shortened it to make a top into this lovely fabric. And today I'm wearing shorts, which obviously for anybody who lives in the UK, you'll know that it's not short weather, but it's fine because I'm in my house today, so I can wear whatever I like. So I decided to wear this top with a pair of shorts and some tights, obviously, because I mean, I don't live in the sauna, it's still going to be a bit chilly. This dress was a little bit Kim Kardashian inspired, as well as, you know, Rihanna and Beyonce and all the other celebrities that have decided to wear dresses that had appropriately placed detail to cover one's modesty, because this is exactly what this does. It is, as you can see, I'm holding it up and you can see my arm through it. It is completely see-through. It's a mesh fabric with a flock print on top, and it is beautiful, but because it's black, you can't see it. And even if I tried to line it, the only way that you'll be able to see it is if I lined it in a contrasting colour like a nude. If I can give a demonstration with my sleeve, see there, you can see the pattern coming out there. But I thought lining it in nude is the same as lining it with your skin. So I decided to keep it unlined, and so the top half will be braless and the bottom half will have tights because, you know, the pattern, it's not going to cover anything down the bottom there. So yeah, but I really love this dress. It's the only black dress in the whole of the collection. I only did just the one because I wanted to add in colour because I wear a lot of black to work. So I definitely wanted to make sure that when I was wearing stuff not going to work, that it had some colour. But that fabric, it came to me and it was like, hey, make me in a dress. And then the 10th and final dress is a self-drafted pattern that I made. The clue is in the name, self-drafted. It's a high neck, asymmetric hem skirt, and I made it in viscose. I incorrectly pressed the hems of this skirt with the pins in, and it's made an indent in the fabric. So that's something that I need to learn, take away for next time. But other than that, I think this dress came out lovely. I have used this pattern before because I drafted it, I want to say last year sometime, and I'll add in the link to the original dress that I made in. It was a long sleeve, high neck, asymmetric dress in a print, and I got lots of compliments from it when I wore it to work and everything, and people didn't believe that I had made the whole pattern and everything myself. They are all my makes for December, so I'm very glad that I managed to finish them all and they came out looking very lovely. And later on, either this month or maybe next month, I'm going to put together a little lookbook to put them all in one, so you can see them all collectively rather than having to jump around from different videos to see what they all look like together. And I'll also link in the blog series below, so you can head on over to that and follow that through when the next few posts come up over the next few weeks. Then also it will have extra hints and tips on there of how I made the dress and what to do when following the pattern, and then any other difficulties that I had with making the patterns and the other things, like cutting out the sequins on the overlay dress, and then how you then get in an invisible zipper in there and then secure it at the ends and things like that. End this video here, and as always guys, like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.